is the centre's big bonanza. Sources have now confirmed after the announcement that came in from the government, 200 rupees per cylinder is slashed under the Ujjwala scheme. The opposition linking this pro-people move to elections. Mamata Banerjee says this is the impact of the INDI alliance meetings already. The Congress is also questioning this move. India registers a strong protest over China's map provocation. India says China is complicating the boundary question. Controversial activist Medha Patkar and Teesta Setalwad officially come out in support of the INDI bloc. Key meeting in Mumbai is expected. The CJI asking for a roadmap for Jammu and Kashmir. The Solicitor General says the centre intends to restore full statehood when deemed fit. Global leaders to converge in the national capital. 12 days to go for the biggest global event, G20. For the last few days, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a lot of speculation whether we will be looking at an early Lok Sabha election. Now, you would wonder who really is behind this and what has prompted netas right from an M.K. Stalin to Nitish Kumar to Mamata Banerjee to keep talking of an early Lok Sabha election. Are they even battle ready? Many would say. Now, the BJP says we have never commented that there are going to be early elections. The elections will be on time. And they say this is a red herring by the opposition. The BJP alleges that the INDI alliance itself right now is looking at so many contradictions and it is so fragile, and there are people giving warnings to each other. Like a Nitish Kumar, who earlier in the day has again, in a veiled attack at the Congress party, indicated that we are losing time. Mamata Banerjee also has said that she knows, she has got information that we could be looking at the Lok Sabha elections in December. Now just think of this. Why would any political party want to talk of early elections? Is it that they are all battle ready? Or is this because they are scared right now? What is going on as far as the INDI bloc alliance is concerned? We spoke about Nitish Kumar. In fact, we've been speaking about Nitish Kumar for the last few weeks. Because there is a camp in the JDU that says that the INDI alliance really has been the brainchild of Nitish Kumar. But why is he getting sidelined now? He has said, I don't want to be the convener. Hame kuch nahi chahiye, is what Nitish Kumar reiterates almost every day. And the more he says, hame kuch nahi chahiye, people who understand politics and politicians will tell you कि नीतीश जी को जो चाहिए उनको वो नहीं मिल रहा है. Now then comes the role of a lot of other regional satraps. Right from the Aam Aadmi Party to the SP to the Trinamool Congress, they've been largely quiet ever since we've seen comments coming in from the Congress that Rahul Gandhi needs to be projected as the face of the alliance. Are they okay with Rahul Gandhi as the face of the alliance? They haven't said that in as many words. So that is another contradiction. Then there is a lot of buzz that Nitish Kumar again has reiterated that you could have new allies joining the INDI bloc in Mumbai on the 31st and the 1st. Lot of speculation about Behenji. Is Nitish and Mayawati already talking? Has Sonia Gandhi spoken to Mayawati? No one knows. But why is there so much confusion and chaos in the INDI bloc? Prashant Kishore, the man who once was very, very closely working with Nitish Kumar, today has a piece of advice for him. He says, "Ab Bihar bachaiye, desh ke baare mein baad mein sochiye." Prashant Kishore says that Nitish is losing grip of his own state. And very soon, he will neither be the chief minister and he's definitely not going to be the prime minister. So all this brings us to that one question. Is the Congress right now getting more and more aggressive day by day? is the Congress believing that it has a real chance at power, and the same Congress is making the regional satraps really uncomfortable. And what about all these contradictions in the run-up to the big Mumbai meeting? First up the story and then the debate.
2 days ahead of the next meeting of the INDIA alliance, the opposition bloc is facing the leadership question. The Congress is taking up head-on.
Constantly been saying Aam Aadmi Party is only building an atmosphere to get out of the alliance. What is there in it? I mean, we knew this is going to happen, right? And as I've always maintained that Amit Shah said this in Parliament, that Aam Aadmi Party is going to run away. So once Amit Shah has publicly declared what Aam Aadmi Party is supposed to, they will do that. There's nothing surprising in it.
Meanwhile, mocking both Nitish Kumar and Rashtriya Janata Dal over their participation in the joint opposition alliance to take on the ruling BJP in next year's Lok Sabha polls, political strategist Prashant Kishore wondered what role a party with 0 Lok Sabha MPs and a leader losing foothold in his own state would play in deciding who runs the country after the 2024 general elections.
जहां तक नीतीश जी के प्रयास का सवाल है, तो नीतीश जी की तो जो अपनी हालत इतनी खराब है, नीतीश कुमार जी के पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं, न दल है न इमेज बचा है, तो आप किस आधार पर आपको कोई बना दिए? तो बिहार के पत्रकार जो हैं, ये आप लोग जबरदस्ती का खबर बनाते हैं। आप कर्नाटक में, तमिलनाडु, बंगाल में जाइए तो कौन चर्चा कर रहा है नीतीश कुमार की? और जिस दिन महागठबंधन बिहार में बना, उस दिन मैंने ये बात कही कि बिहार का महागठबंधन बिहार की घटना है, इसका राष्ट्रीय राजनीति पर कोई असर नहीं पड़ने वाला है।
All eyes are now on the August 31st meeting in Mumbai. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So just think of this, if they are all right now divided and there are groups within the INDI alliance, how will they fight Narendra Modi come 2024? These, ladies and gentlemen, are certain very logical questions that need to be asked. And I'll quickly introduce our panel of guests. We have Ajay Kumar Pandey with us. He's the National General Secretary and spokesperson of the LJPR with us here in our studios, along with Reena Gupta, the spokesperson also for the Aam Aadmi Party. Vivek ji represents the Samajwadi Party, and I do have Ashutosh Mishra, who's a senior journalist. He often bats for the Congress. We are waiting for Charu Pragya of the BJP to also just join us in a moment. But Ashutosh, because you lean towards the Congress more often than not, so, I will take the liberty to ask you a question I would have asked a Congress spokesperson had he or she been on the panel, that why is the Congress adopting this big brother attitude already? Okay, you have parties like the AAP, but the AAP is still a national party. They are growing. You have parties like the Samajwadi Party, like the Trinamool. Did they speak to anyone before announcing that Rahul Gandhi is going to be the face of the INDI alliance, Ashutosh?
No, I think you are stretching this a bit too far, because we had seen that in case of Delhi also, such sort of misinformation was being spread that Congress and AAP have already parted ways, which obviously was later clarified hasn't happened. So you have to wait and watch. What is India right now? India.
No one is spreading this misinformation, Ashutosh. Only because you might not be aware. So I'll tell you that in the last 48 hours, both Ashok Gehlot, Bhupesh Baghel have reiterated this stand. They said Rahul Gandhi is the only man who can take on Narendra Modi, और कोई भी उनके खिलाफ नहीं लड़ सकता है, और वही हमारे नेता है. The last that I checked, the Congress has not denied that comment. The Congress has not pulled up Ashok Gehlot or Bhupesh Baghel. But did you speak to Reena Gupta of the AAP, or did you speak to Vivek ji of the Samajwadi Party before you made that announcement, is what I want to know from the Congress.
So two things. I mean, your answer for that will have to be from a Congress spokesperson, but from a journalist point of view, it's very clear that these are the views of two chief ministers of Congress who do not represent the official view of as Congress spokesperson. We have seen that happening. So just it's their thought.
No,
that
are you saying
Gandhi
they're not credible?
Reena,
would you buy that? Ashok Gehlot, Bhupesh Baghel are not credible enough, so one must wait for an officially version to come into the Congress. I mean, is this good? Is this how the alliance will work?
See, Deepthi, you इंडिया अलायंस इज वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग, बिल्कुल फेविकॉल का जोड़ है और टूटेगा नहीं. एंड वी आर ऑलरेडी सीइंग the impact of the India alliance. Today, Bharatiya Janata Party the government of India has announced a reduction in LPG prices because they are rattled. Let us not forget that in the last elections, in the last general elections, 6 out of 10 Indians voted for the India alliance and only 4 voted for Bharatiya Janata Party. The people of this country have been very generous, have given 2 terms to Modi ji, but everybody has realized that it's only Jumlabaji and Hawabaji, and the country is tired of Jumlabaji and Hawabaji, and the country is saying we want an end to this Jumlabaji, and that is the reason you will see that the Bharatiya Janata Party is rattled. That is the reason you will see that there will be talk of preponement of elections, and you will see between now and the general elections, you will see many leaders saying many things. However, the alliance is very strong. The senior leadership is all together. There's going to be a meeting in Bombay where there's going to be discussion on what is going to be the common minimum program, how will the seat sharing happen. So the senior leadership is very sure the India alliance is together and the people of India are looking forward to voting for the India alliance.
Now, you know, Reena, you've obviously sidestepped my question, but I will get Charu also on our screen. She's just joined us. And I will allow her a quick rebuttal before I come back to you, because Reena had asked you whether you're okay with Rahul Gandhi. And did the Congress officially discuss the name of Rahul Gandhi as he's the face? Because Nitish Kumar clearly is now not in the race. He has said, I don't want to be even the convener. But Charu, you know, on the question that Reena raised, that if everything is so fine with the BJP and you're all so powerful, where was the NDA until the INDA alliance really came up? That's question number 1. Question number 2, this LPG relief that you've announced today, Charu, anyone would say that this is also politically timed. When you do it, it is not Revdi, but when the AAP does it, it becomes Revdi.
So to answer your first question and to rebut Reena, I'm not sure if Reena remembers this, but in 2019 elections, when Modi ji became the Prime Minister for the second time, the NDA consisted of 21 parties, Reena. These 21 parties contested together, won together and formed a government together. There is nothing new in this. The UPA alliance, which you have just rechristened recently, also was an alliance of 20 odd parties. So democracy is all about alliances, and you just find it a lot of fun to pinpoint only because our alliance is an alignment of ideological people who are aligned on ideology, not like the INDI alliance. I will not add the A at the end of it because, you know, there's a lot of confusion in your spelling, in your ... alliance. Also to remind you, and even though there is no Congress spokesperson on the panel, I'm going to say this. So the Congress last time, Deepti, contested on 421 seats. आपको पता है 421 seats में से कितनी सीट जीती है कांग्रेस ने? सिर्फ 52. So out of 421 seats, you won 52 seats, and आपके सारे alliance के साथ ही मिलाकर भी you were under 100 seats in 2019. So please, let's not be holier than thou here, and let's focus on the issue at hand. BJP, on the other hand, out of 437 seats that we contested on, we won 303. We won 303, and the NDA alliance together got over 45% of the Indian vote. Now, that might not seem like a lot to Reena, but trust me, it is, because you can go back in history and check this out. Also, you say that the leaders are speaking out.
Charu, you're getting confused. I was talking of the vote share.
I'm also talking of the vote share, Reena. 45% of the vote share is to NDA. Now, let's talk about leaders giving statements. I'll tell you which leaders are giving statements. Now, Arvind Kejriwal gets rattled when a minister from Chhattisgarh comes to Delhi and says, Delhi mein to sab gadbad hai, Chhattisgarh acha hai. In return, Aam Aadmi Party issues a statement, in Chhattisgarh, we are going to contest independently. And why Chhattisgarh? While we are at it, Bihar mein bhi yahi kar lete hain, aur jaake Rajasthan mein bhi yahi kar lete hain. At the same time, Congress declares that they want to contest all 7 seats in Delhi independently. Uske baad there is a lot of confusion about who meant what, but the fact of the matter is it's all very grey. धरने पे बैठती है कांग्रेस पार्टी टीएमसी के खिलाफ वेस्ट बंगाल में, और उसके बाद कहते हैं हम लोग साथी हैं. So figure that out also. Do you remember that in 2019 बहुत मेहनत करी थी चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी ने, बहुत मेहनत करी थी. He went across the length and breadth of the country, got together 21 political parties, and he said we are the so-called united opposition. of 2019. Do you know what was the result of that? All this effort was in vain. In spite of that, in spite of the Maha Gadbandhan that happened in Uttar Pradesh, out of the 80 parliamentary seats, NDA got 70 seats, precisely 70 seats. So here the math speaks for itself. On top of that, now we are a country which is delivering on our promises. Our Moody's rating has increased, our ease of doing business has increased, our economy is on the rise. We are making sure the country is...
Charu, what about issues of inflation? What about issues of price rise? What about issues of joblessness?
Can I please come in?
I mean, those are real issues. Quickly, yeah.
I think Charu has forgotten the promises, but the country has not forgotten. Charu, just to remind you of a few of them, there were of course many jumlas over the years, but a few of them, there were going to be 2 crore jobs every year. Charu, 2 crore jobs every year. We should have had at least 18 crore jobs by now. Rupee was going to become equal to the dollar. रुपया और डॉलर बराबर हो जाएगा. उसका क्या हुआ चारू? पेट्रोल सस्ता होने वाला था, उसका क्या हुआ? आज एलपीजी का आपने 200 रुपए कम कर दिया है, तब भी 2014 से 600 रुपए ज्यादा है. तो आप ये सारा जुमलाबाजी भूल गए हैं, लेकिन देश को याद है सारा जुमलाबाजी.
Reena, okay, Charu, I do appreciate you're not in the studio, and I will allow you to respond to this. Just take 20 seconds, because then I also have to get Ajay ji and Vivek into the conversation. But quickly, yes, you respond to Reena, please.
I am as usual responding with facts. Reena needs to be reminded that inflation is on the rise the world over. If you look at the world list, India is doing well.
No, in Delhi it's the lowest, Charu. Delhi has the lowest inflation because we have a Padha Likha chief minister and because there is no corruption in Delhi. The reason the inflation is
Reena,
in the whole country.
Reena, ladies, I just want to get in here. Charu, just pull back. Charu, pull back. Now, Reena has just spoken about corruption, and it's rather rich, Reena, because then people will turn up and ask you, what about ministers like Manish Sisodia? What about Satendra Jain? Though they are still in jail. Okay, but this is not just a BJP versus an AAP debate.
Talking about is not a corruption that I have alleged, but corruption in the CAG report.
Okay.
The CAG report has talked about corruption in all their flagship projects, whether it's the Bharatmala project or it's the Dwarka Expressway or it's the old age pension or it's the minority scheme. Every scheme of theirs.
You need to give other people time to speak.
You know, they were talking about Ayushman Bharat as if Ayushman Bharat.
Okay. ठीक है, Reena, this is all about promises. Okay, Reena. ठीक है, चारू जवाब देंगी. Charu, I will come back to you. That's a promise. But Ajay ji and Vivek still haven't spoken. And like I said, remember there are questions that both the political parties, whether it's the BJP or the AAP, have sidestepped. So I just want to bring you back to the topic at hand, Ajay ji. Isn't that a dream scenario? If you actually get a Rahul versus a Modi fight, that's exactly what the BJP and all of you want. You want a Rahul versus a Modi fight, and the opposition says कि आप ही लोग हैं जो ये फर्जी खबरें प्लांट करते हैं मीडिया में ताकि बार बार राहुल गांधी की बात हो. अजय जी.
तो अजय, एक मिनट अजय जी, आपको सॉरी मैं आपका समय ले रही हूँ 10 सेकंड का.
नीतीश कुमार और मैटर इवन लालू यादव. It is their business. They have to decide. But yes, country would like to know against Modi who is your leader, against our plan, our accomplishment, our achievements, what you are going to do. That they are not able to spell out so far. The government is there, you want to do better, that's why you are calling yourself India. Fine, accept it. Where are your policies? All these states are at loggerheads. One is going for Sarab Bandi in Bihar, then the other is making free flow of Sarab in Delhi. So you see, you will find these contradictions. One is supporting the caste census, other is opposing the other states. So many contradictions, no clear face, and then coming to fight a well-knit team under one captain, under one face, under a plethora of achievements, a long list of performance. Okay. Yes, we are rattled. We are rattled by this 26 conglomeration of the new India emerging. So we are sending Chandrayaan, so we are rolling back the petroleum prices, so we are giving subsidy on
but see, Ajay ji, you have to accept it. You know, in the Karnataka election,
Ajay
ji, the Karnataka election, the BJP lost because of rising prices. Cylinder became such a huge issue. Otherwise, I don't understand why has the government taken this step today? You know, if you could take this step today, it could have been taken earlier. But I want to get Vivek ji also into this conversation. Ajay ji, I will come back to you. Vivek hasn't spoken yet. Now, Vivek ji, did the Congress speak to you before they announced that Rahul Gandhi is going to be the face of the alliance? That's question number one. The other question is that, you know, who has more experience? Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, Nitish Kumar? Vivek ji, who's better suited?
Yes. First of all, good evening to everyone. At the moment, I can just say that the Bharatiya Janata Party is just hoping that there should be a fight among the parties of the India alliance. That is what I could gather what Charuji was saying. They are just hoping and praying that there should be a fight amongst the India alliance.
I don't think you understood what I said at all.
That is
you
the
are
last
the ones who are fighting. I am not.
But let me tell you, the Bharatiya Janata Party,
I am
nothing
neither
of this sort is
speaking
going
for
to happen.
Arvind Kejriwal
Rather,
today, and I am not speaking for any opposition leader today. I am merely quoting what they have said. Do not shoot the messenger here. I am merely quoting what Ashok Gehlot has said.
Charu, allow him the courtesy.
I was very,
he hasn't
very
spoken
patient.
yet. Let him complete his
Please
point.
don't be so arrogant.
No,
Please don't be so
I'm not
arrogant.
being arrogant. Do not put words into my mouth. I never said that. I never said that. Do not claim that a
It is not a Charu versus a
let me
Vivek battle. No, Charu, pull back, please. Let him complete his point, then you can counter him. Vivek ji, complete your point.
I can just, yes ma'am, but I can say to the Bharatiya Janata Party that nothing of this sort is going to happen. Rather, the parties which are with the India alliance would be joining the India alliance very, very shortly. First, they said that the name will not be finalized. Then they said that they are not going to gather properly and together.
No. Vivek ji, who are these parties? Who are these parties? And you also haven't answered my question. Rahul Gandhi as the face of the alliance, is that okay for the Samajwadi Party? Is Akhilesh Yadav okay with this? You know, ultimately, the state of Uttar Pradesh is a huge state, 80 Lok Sabha seats. And will you let Rahul Gandhi be the face of the alliance and nothing for Akhilesh Yadav?
Look, ma'am, we have analyzed everything very deep-rootedly and things are sorted out. Shortly, you are going to see what is the vision document. Shortly, you are going to see what is the common minimum program and definitely what is the manifesto of the India alliance that is going to come out very soon. And we have found a replacement for Narendra Modi ji. I'll tell you how we have found a replacement for him. Because this is a question which
Who's that?
Vivek
ji, you can't just come on the show and you know, no, 1 second. Vivek ji, people will ask you this now. You are coming on the show, you're making such big claims. Tell me, who are the parties who will join the INDA alliance? Will we see Mayawati? There are reports the INLD could possibly also be on board. But the Congress does not want all these parties. Reena, are you okay with parties like the INLD, with Mayawati, with Akali Dal, joining the INDA alliance?
Deepti, to answer your...
As far as Mayawati ji is concerned, should I answer?
Vivek, Reena first. Reena, complete your point.
See, Deepti, we are so lucky that we have so many stalwart leaders. We have Mr. Kejriwal, we have Nitish Kumar, we have Rahul Gandhi, we have Mamata Banerjee. Whereas on the other side, you see Modi, and then after that, who's there? The reason the country is in a mess is because every decision goes to the PMO and gets stuck there. एक छोटी सी फाइल भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस जाती है. ऐसे 140 करोड़ लोगों का देश नहीं चल सकता. इसीलिए देश की सब इतनी बुरी हालत है. चाइना ने कब्जा करके बैठा हुआ है. पहले बोलते थे चाइना को लाल आंख दिखाएंगे, लाल आंख, पीली आंख, नीली आंख, कोई सी आंख नहीं दिखाया. आज चाइना पे डिबेट और कभी करेंगे. चाइना ने नया मैप हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री चाइना ने साउथ अफ्रीका में उतना देश संभाल रहा है ना इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन. ठीक है, ओके, कुछ भी नहीं संभाल रहा है क्योंकि सारा काम जाके पीएमओ पे अटक जाता है. अगर इन्होंने एक टीम बनाई होती, अगर इन्होंने और मिनिस्टर्स को, गडकरी जी को, निर्मला जी को साइडलाइन नहीं किया गया होता. एक टीम से देश चलता है, एक इंसान देश नहीं चला सकता. और ये बिल्कुल क्लियर है देश के सामने.
heckles
ठीक है
everyone.
ठीक है नो चारू एंड रीना
क्यों नहीं बोलने देना चाहिए?
अभी
ये
नहीं,
मन की
रीना,
बात
रीना,
चल रही है क्या?
रीना,
Everybody has a right to speak.
Rina, you get an advantage because you're sitting here in our studios. But one second, see, Vivek ji ko I want to give the last 30 seconds. He was about to complete his point. Charu, please,
Dipti, you have to give me
please don't
time.
speak over Vivek because he
Dipti,
still
you have
hasn't
to give me
completed
time.
his point.
You know that
Vivek ji,
you have to
Vivek ji सिर्फ आखिरी सवाल नहीं आशुतोष प्लीज आप अपने ही लोगों को क्यों हैकल कर रहे हैं? आशुतोष आप ही के सपोर्टर्स हैं, उनको मत हैकल करिए ना, उनको बोलने दीजिए. विवेक जी, अखिलेश यादव is okay with Rahul Gandhi, yes or no sir? That is it.
टीवी पे भी करते हैं
विवेक जी.
And in 2019 also, Narendra Modi had sought votes in the name of Pulwama.
अब सुनिए ना आशुतोष पुल बैक, आशुतोष एंड अजय जी सुनिए ना, विवेक जी को सुनिए. विवेक जी, अखिलेश यादव is okay with Rahul Gandhi as the face of the alliance?
Ma'am, we have made it very clear that we are not in the Prime Minister's race. First of all. Secondly, our objective is to stop the Bharatiya Janata Party in Uttar Pradesh, which we are going to do very comfortably in Uttar Pradesh this time.
Okay, fantastic. Now can I give you some facts?
Because of the people.
Okay.
Dipti, allow me to speak now?
Okay, no, I have completely run out of time. But all right, neither is Rina, neither is Ashutosh or Vivek ji accepting whether Rahul Gandhi can be the face of the alliance. It's a dream situation for Ajay ji and Charu. It's been a fascinating debate till now. I need to thank both the ladies and gentlemen for joining us. Quickly heading into a break. On the other side, we are back with lots more.
The Amity BBA has been ranked India's #1 BBA in the Times of India B School 2022 rankings. To apply, visit amity.edu.
And still on the G20, even as the top leaders are expected in New Delhi in a few days' time, with just a few days to go for that big summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that he will not be attending the summit, as he dialed Prime Minister Modi on Monday to convey his inability to do so. He said that Russia will instead be represented by its Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov.
Ahead of G20 summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin held a telephonic conversation with Prime Minister Modi. Putin himself conveyed his inability to attend the G20 summit in New Delhi on 9 to 10 September 2023 over the phone. He said Russia would be represented by Foreign Minister of the Russian Federation, Mr. Sergei Lavrov. Apart from this, the two leaders reviewed progress on a number of issues of bilateral cooperation and exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual concern. Putin also congratulated India on Chandrayaan-3 success while considering it as a reaffirmation to boost ties in space sector. Looking forward to boost ties in energy sector, the leaders agreed for mutual disposition of implementation of large-scale projects. Since Putin skipped BRICS meeting, he took stock of the key developments of recently concluded summit. Expressing an understanding for Russia's decision, PM thanked President Putin for Russia's consistent support to all initiatives under India's G20 presidency. With global leaders likely to discuss Ukraine crisis in the summit, it might be the core reason behind Russian president shying away from all such international events. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
world leaders for the G20 summit. From delegate to the summit venue, there's a wave of G20 posters as preparations are on in full swing. On every flyover, for example. We bring you all the details in this report.
With over 6 lakh pots of flowering plants, foliage to adorn Delhi roads. The national capital has been beautified ahead of India's much-awaited G20 moment next month. Pragati Maidan, the exhibition and convention centre in New Delhi, and the SMMIT venue are all lit up.
India is all ready to host a spectacular G20, and we are reporting right in front of the Pragati Maidan area where this iconic summit will be conducted. We'll take you to the visuals over here as preparations are on the highest gear. You can see that the entire area has been beautifully lit up using multicolor lights. These are the visuals right outside the Pragati Maidan that is going to host the iconic G20 summit.
From Airport Road to Delhi Gate, there's a wave of G20 banners on every single flyover. Even Delhi Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj, along with Mayor Dr. Shelly Oberoi, took a rickshaw ride and inspected preparations for the upcoming G20 summit. Several advisories have been issued ranging from traffic diversion to shutting down of schools and colleges. The Delhi Lieutenant Governor urged citizens to adhere to all such guidelines.
ये बात कही थी। मैं आपसे आग्रह करता हूं कि जो G20 का जो कार्यक्रम यहां पर हो रहा है उसमें आप भी सहभागी हो सकते हैं। सिटी को कैसे क्लीन रखा जा सकता है उसमें हमारा सहयोग कर सकते हैं।
Trending burning question powered by Reva University and Century Ply Laminates.
Well, hello and welcome viewers. I am Aishwarya Kapoor and you're watching the Trending Burning Question. And viewers, with the Prime Minister deciding in the cabinet and not one but multiple cabinet ministers coming out and giving a clear indication that this is just a beginning of several important decisions which this government will be taking before the election year 24. The opposition per se seems to be a bit nervous. Should they be nervous? Or should they take it? Or are they ready for these decisions? Because when the minister came out in the cabinet brief, he said that 200 rupees is going to be added as a subsidy on the LPG cylinder, which makes it or takes the complete subsidy to 400 rupees. And just within minutes, even before the cameras could reach the opposition leaders hit the social network and said, look, this is the party which talked about Revdi politics. This is the party. This is Modi's BJP, which was saying, why are we giving relief to the people? Why are we giving? Free ka saman is the word used by certain opposition party leaders. And now they are doing the same. They are forced to follow their modus operandi. This is what the opposition is alleging. But what has exactly happened? Is it a blanket cover which is given to everyone irrespective of how you are placed economically? No, it's not. No, it's not. If you can afford it, you have to pay. It's not a remedy that way. But the opposition has a different view to it. So let's have a debate. I have senior leader of the BJP and spokesperson Gopal Krishna Agarwal. I have senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party and their national spokesperson Reena Gupta in the studio today. And I have senior journalist Ashutosh Mishra. Reena Gupta, I'm coming to you first. Reena, not one but multiple leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party and the other opposition bloc, now the INDIA, have come out and said that this is exactly what the BJP opposed. And now they are doing the same thing, but the BJP says this is not the Revdi politics you do, Reena.
ऐश्वर्या, अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं, मोदी जी जाने वाले हैं. And this reduction in the LPG cylinder prices is just the beginning. It is very clear to Bharatiya Janata Party that the people of the country are angry. They're angry with the anti-people policies of Mr. Modi since last 9 years. Everything that he promised, 2 crore jobs a year, dollar equal to rupees, petrol cheap, this, that, free electricity for everybody, water for everybody, house for everybody.
So it's happening, no?
All jumla baji.
No, why jumla?
It is clear. Because on each one of those, look at jobs, Aishwarya. We have the highest joblessness in 40 years. Look at inflation. It is only in Delhi that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has been able to control inflation because we have an honest, we have an imandar sarkar in Delhi. Inflation, Aishwarya, in Delhi is 5.7%. Inflation in the rest of the country is 8%.
Are you listening, Gopal Krishna Agarwal?
Yesterday we exposed how electricity prices in Gujarat are so expensive because of corruption. Again, the CAG report has come out and explained how there is corruption in Ayushman Bharat, in Bharat Mala project.
Hold on, Gopalji, give us 30 more seconds.
In minority scholarship, in every flagship scheme there is corruption. This corruption.
No, that is your claim. That is your allegation.
Not my
If you can prove it, Reena Gupta, if you can prove it, get the documents and then let's talk about it. Don't shoot and scoot. Don't shoot and scoot. No, don't shoot and scoot. But I'm going to the BJP now. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, the opposition is saying that this is exactly when they did it, you called it Revdi politics, freaky politics, and now you are doing the same thing. How is it not the same thing? Can you please explain, Gopal Krishna Agarwal?
Yeah, Aishwarya, we have to understand if the economics behind it. If you are making a provision for it in the
budget,
explain. And if you are making a provision in the budget and announcing it for the welfare of the people, it is being targeted delivery to the persons, going to their bank account without any leakages, without any corruption, etc. And then it is not a Revdi. If you ultimately what the role of the government is, it is for the welfare of the people, but you have to pronounce it. You have to provide for it.
So what were you doing for 9 years?
When we call it
what were you doing for 9 years? Why were you not giving welfare to the people for 9 years?
No, Reena, you just...
No, please don't. Give him 45 more seconds, please. Thank you. Yeah. Ashutoshji, hold on.
The thing is...
Carry on, Gopal.
Yeah, the opposition is announcing and it's a poll promise. What we are doing is delivery on the ground. And I just want to ask one thing. Punjab, they have so many promises. Have they kept it? They said that the loan will be waived. In Delhi, what is there? Their leaders are
It's been 1 year, sir. 1 year only.
He's in jail.
For 9 years, which promise have you delivered on?
Liquor, he is in jail. Their health minister is in jail for so many days. He is not even getting paid. Our government past 9 years have been wonderful years for the welfare of the people, providing them all the benefits, direct benefit transfer directly into their bank account without any leakages, whether it is Ayushman Bharat, whether it is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, whether it is Ujjwala Yojana, whether it is Swachh Bharat Yojana, whether it is Kisan Samman Nidhi, every scheme, more than 600 schemes are there, which are very much targeted to the welfare.
No, I'm asking to both of you. Both of you go to the ground. Listen, both of you go to the ground. As far as I know, as a reporter, I get an instinct that both of you want to contest elections. You are senior leaders of your party, but now both of you want to contest it. When you go to the people, when you go to the masses, and I ask you, Reena Gupta, what is the sense that you get?
When we
I am saying, how is this decision wrong? And are you literally countering the addition of subsidy onto the LPG? Is the Aam Aadmi Party opposing the subsidy?
Absolutely not. We welcome the subsidy. But even this subsidy is not good enough, Aishwarya. In 2014,
you want higher subsidy?
In 2014, the price of LPG was 410 and today it's 903. So, अच्छे दिन कब आएंगे? And as far as corruption is concerned, Aishwarya, I am not saying this. CAG report is saying
I'll come to you, Gopal.
Let me complete. CAG report is saying there is corruption in Ayushman Bharat. People who are dead, money is being withdrawn in their name. There is corruption in Bharatmala project. There is corruption in Ayodhya project. There is corruption in old age pension scheme. There is corruption in minority scholarship. All of this is corruption exposed
one by one, Gopalji.
This is not corruption exposed by Aam Aadmi Party. CAG, that reports to the central government, has reported all of this corruption.
Okay, counter. Gopal Krishna Agrawal.
Dwarka Expressway.
Gopal Krishna Agrawal.
Yeah, you have to.
Gopal Krishna Agrawal, 45 seconds non-stop. 45 seconds. Ashutosh, hold on. Ashutosh Mishra, I am coming to you. There are two party leaders contesting. I'll come for your view. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Gopal, 45 seconds non-stop.
We have to understand that through direct benefit transfer and targeted delivery of subsidy, we have created an efficiency in the whole ecosystem of social welfare. What earlier used to happen is, if a hotel is using 100 cylinder a day, he will get a subsidy on 100 cylinder. Now only BPL people are getting directly into their bank account. And we have requested people who are not...
50 crore people still don't have gas cylinder. Which world are you living in, sir?
Reena ji, one by one. Reena ji, one by one. Reena ji, one by one. Don't do this. Please.
So, Aishwarya, what we are doing is...
10 more seconds, Gopalji, carry on.
Yeah, we are targeting delivery. We are targeting subsidy. We are targeting money transfer directly to the bank account, and therefore the efficiency in the welfare of the people. Therefore, the economy is moving right. Therefore, rural economy.
Okay, point taken. Ashutosh Mishra. Okay, Gopal Krishna Agrawal. Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist joining in. Ashutosh, I want your take on it. Ashutosh Mishra.
So, what Mr. Agarwal is not telling us is that Ujjwala Yojana turned out to be a failure because many of its so-called beneficiaries could not afford to get a refill. So just to say that we are giving a subsidy, now that subsidy becomes relevant only when the other person has that extra amount that he has to pay for the cylinder. And at today's price of the cylinder, most of these poor people are unable to get a gas refill. And it is there on record. So in many cases, up to 70% people have not gone for a refill. So just saying that we are giving money subsidy does not matter. He was talking about many people giving up gas subsidy. People did not give up gas subsidy. The middle class was forced to give up that subsidy. They were forced. They did not give it up on their own. They were arm twisted into giving up that subsidy. Let us be. No, it wasn't voluntary. You forget. You set a limit that if you have a tax, if you have an income tax above that, and many of those people are today unable to get it even if they have lost job. That's the problem with you. You don't keep track of what is happening on the ground. Now, why they have decreased this 200 rupees today? Because RBI has warned that food inflation is going to be a big problem. Now, what will the poor man do with just 200 rupees, which he obviously doesn't even have to spend? If he cannot give the other money, Mr. Gopal Agarwal, so you are not giving the money to him. You will give that 200 rupees or 400 rupees to him or her only if he can spend the other 500-600 rupees that the gas cylinder costs him. This is basic economics, and you have to understand that. Please don't try to gloss over it as a party.
Coming. Hold on.
You have
Hold
to
on.
understand.
Hold on now. This is a short format debate. Please relax. Ashutosh, now you relax. Ashutosh, now you relax. Ashutosh, now you relax. No, I am only asking once again, Reena Gupta, in principle. Ashutosh Mishra, thank you. Reena Gupta, in principle. First the Aam Aadmi Party, and then because you are a very important block of the INDI. Are you officially opposing this 200 rupees addition of subsidy, or are you not? First clarify this, yes or no, ma'am.
It's welcome.
It's welcome. You are welcoming Prime Minister Modi's decision. Am I hearing it correct?
Yes.
The Aam Aadmi Party is officially welcoming it, right?
But it's too little too late. Aishwarya, it's too little too late. 50 crore people in the country still do not manage to get a gas cylinder. वो चूल्हे पे खाना बना रहे हैं. Gopal ji was talking about efficiency. Efficiency, you know, dead people are being treated under Ayushman Bharat. This is the efficiency. Dead people are, pension, old age pension is being withdrawn in the name of dead people. This is efficiency. The only efficiency you have shown is giving money to your crony friends.
Gopal.
They are the only ones who have benefited, and I agree with you. You have shown very good efficiency to make sure that everything goes to your friends.
Now please don't.
Gail de diya, sale de diya, rail de diya.
33 crore people. Today 33 crore people are getting gas connection subsidy of 200 rupees. Around 10 crore people have got free gas connections under Ujjwala Yojana. They are getting additional 200, so they are getting a subsidy of 400 rupees. They got a free gas connection. They got a free...
One by one. Reena, please listen to him. Gopal, 45 seconds again. Yeah.
Last year, 22,000 crore was given by last year by the central government as a subsidy to the Ujjwala Yojana gas connection. We are giving free gas connection. We are giving free burners to Ujjwala connections. 10 crore people have got those connections. This is an additional 200 rupees subsidy to all 33 crore people.
No, that can be a point. Listen, that can be a point that when you do it, the BJP calls it revdi, and when they are doing it, they are calling it right. They have a different view on it. But what I am saying is that the people, I'm saying the people of this country are seeing through. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, ending comments. I'm coming to you, 30 seconds. Please tell me how this is not a revdi scheme and those only who need it will get it. 30 seconds.
The last year, the subsidy of 22,000 crores was given by the central government to the beneficiaries. What earlier UPA government has done is announcing those earlier subsidized diesel and petrol, and they issued bonds. That is revdi. You don't promise what you promise. You don't provide for it in the budget. You put it for the future government.
Mr. Agarwal, prices of diesel and petrol push up inflation. So if the government is subsidizing that, it is a way of controlling.
Electricity company.
Did you decrease the price of petrol when the oil prices were down? You did not. You have put high taxes on petrol and diesel, which you do not withdraw. Why do you do that? Please don't.
Ashutosh, hold on. Okay. Reena Gupta, ending 30 seconds. Ashutosh, I'll come to you, sir. Reena Gupta, 30 seconds.
See, Modi's Titanic is sinking and nothing will
you
save
feel
it.
so? Okay.
This 200 rupees is not going to save a sinking ship. This is the impact of the India alliance, and we welcome this, but this is too little too late.
Okay.
The whole country is reeling under inflation, high unemployment, and it is time for Modi ji and his cronies to leave the country.
I'll only say this why I ended on the short format of this debate. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, you should be happy that the Aam Aadmi Party is welcoming the decision. You see, you have put them in a predicament. You put them on a spot.
No, we are very
happy. We are
welcoming
it. The Aam Aadmi Party is welcoming the move.
Aishwarya, copying is the best form of flattery. They are copying us. They are copying our model. Exactly. We are very happy.
We'll carry on that debate. Right after the break, with the man himself, Arnab Goswami, on the debate tonight, right at night. Thank you very much, all three of you, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, Reena Gupta, and Ashutosh. Thank you very much for us.
The Amity BBA has been ranked India's #1 BBA in the Times of India B School 2022 rankings. To apply, visit amity.edu.
Neeraj Chopra, the Olympic champion. Neeraj Chopra really like that. He looked brilliant in qualification, and that is another great throw from the Indian athlete.
And still on the G20, even as the top leaders are expected in New Delhi in a few days' time, with just a few days to go for that big summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that he will not be attending the summit, as he dialed Prime Minister Modi on Monday to convey his inability to do so. He said that Russia will instead be represented by its Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov.
Ahead of G20 summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin held a telephonic conversation with Prime Minister Modi. Putin himself conveyed his inability to attend the G20 summit in New Delhi on 9 to 10 September 2023 over the phone. He said Russia would be represented by Foreign Minister of the Russian Federation, Mr. Sergei Lavrov. Apart from this, the two leaders reviewed progress on a number of issues of bilateral cooperation and exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual concern. Putin also congratulated India on Chandrayaan-3 success while considering it as a reaffirmation to boost ties in space sector. Looking forward to boost ties in energy sector, the leaders agreed for mutual disposition of implementation of large-scale projects. Since Putin skipped BRICS meeting, he took stock of the key developments of recently concluded summit. Expressing an understanding for Russia's decision, PM thanked President Putin for Russia's consistent support to all initiatives under India's G20 presidency. With global leaders likely to discuss Ukraine crisis in the summit, it might be the core reason behind Russian president shying away from all such international events. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
World leaders for the G20 summit. From delegate to the summit venue, there's a wave of G20 posters as preparations are on in full swing on every flyover, for example. We bring you all the details in this report.
with over 6 lakh pots of flowering plants, foliage to adorn Delhi roads. The national capital has been beautified ahead of India's much-awaited G20 moment next month. Pragati Maidan, the exhibition and convention centre in New Delhi, and the SMMIT venue are all lit up.
India is all ready to host a spectacular G20, and we are reporting right in front of the Pragati Maidan area where this iconic summit will be conducted. We'll take you to the visuals over here as preparations are on the highest gear. You can see that the entire area has been beautifully lit up using multicolor lights.
Modi government approves rupees 200 cut in LPG gas cylinder prices.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने निर्णय लिया है सभी उपभोक्ताओं के लिए 200 रुपए दाम कम होंगे.
Modi government protects poor from inflationary pressures. Major relief to 9.6 Ujjwala beneficiaries by Modi government, debating tonight at 9 p.m. Self-appointed external support group for INDIA bloc. Teesta Settlewad, Medha Patkar and Rakesh Tikayat back INDIA. Will INDIA bloc lose or benefit with the support of Teesta and co? Debating tonight at 10 p.m. Did foreign players profiteer from Hindenburg report? Did short selling Adani shares result in gains for some firms?